Testing. And welcome this morning. Sorry for the delay, folks. We had some technical difficulties here at the Charlotte Curling Club for the Grits and Granite Bonspeil. We got grits on the stove, we got granite on the ice, and we are here through the first end, ladies and gentlemen, joining you from the scenic and beautiful Charlotte Curling Club here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We got a stacked morning AM session here. Hope you got your coffee on, hope you got your grits and whatever else you're eating or drinking this morning. On sheet A, between the South Park Friends of Mine out of Charlotte and Questionable Curling out of the Palmetto Curling Club. After one end, we're going to update the score here in just a minute. On sheet B, that's the second box on our Cinco rectangle, we've got Team Ketchum out of the Windy City, skipped by Kelly Zahn, and taking on Homer's Last Four Hairs out of Charlotte, skipped by Sarah Calcutt. On sheet C, we've got Mama Said Knock You Out of the Charlotte Curling Club with skip Dave Allison, taking on the Button Pushers, also out of Charlotte. Frank Movero is skipping the Button Pushers, but it looks like Kyle Markham is actually filling in for Frank this morning. And on sheet D, we have Curl Jam Montreal out of the Hudson Whitlock Curling Club, taking on Lamb Chop out of the Triangle Curling Club. Skips Malk Palmieri for Lamb Chop and Jonathan Betteridge from Curl Jam Montreal. Ladies and gentlemen, we're excited to have you here this morning. Thank you very much for joining us and making us a part of your Saturday morning. Good action here as we're going to work across from right to left on sheet D. The yellow team, the team throwing the yellow rocks, which I believe is Team Windy City, is up 1-0 right now. So team... Nope, I'm on the wrong side, folks. That's why I'm confused. Team Lamb Chop is up 1-0 right now on Curl Jam Montreal. On sheet C, Button Pushers throwing the Yellow Rocks are currently up 5-0 on Mama Said Knock You Out, also out of Charlotte in the Battle of the Charlotte teams. On sheet D, we have Team Ketchum throwing the Red Rocks up 1-0 on Homer's Last Four Hairs. And on sheet A, we had a blank end between the South Park Friends of Mine and Questionable Curling. That's a Charlotte and Palmetto showdown, as we're going to jump into sheet C right now, and we're going to take a look at that. That's the one that's furthest along. Yep. On sheet C, as you can see here, we got Yellow currently sitting 1. Yellow is the Button Pushers out of Charlotte. Kyle Markham substitute skipping today for skip Frank Mogavero. The Button Pushers up 5-0 after a big first end, and they are looking to keep the pressure on here as Dave Allison calling the shots for Mama Said Knock You Out, and it looks like they're going to try to knock it, but it's going to tick on the high guard, and that's going to leave Yellow sitting 1. Tough shot there. They needed to make sure that they kept it on line. They needed to sweep it. Looked like it might have been just a little narrow. Good attempt, good shot from Mama Said Knock You Out. It's Kyle Markham, the replacement skip for Button Pushers, looking to call in a draw for a guard up top. Needs to cover up that shot stone. He's got a 5-0 lead, trying to protect it, trying to pile in and put the pressure on Allison, and Mama Said Knock You Out. Settling in, fourth stone on the way from from the button pushers. Button pushers delivering. Good shot. Working down the left side. Looks like it might be a little heavy. I think that's going to carry towards the top of the house. Going to be a little deeper maybe than the button pushers wanted it. Going to carry a little deeper than they wanted. Going to finish right about the top of the 12-foot. Still covering it up, but a shorter run back now for Mama Said Knock You Out. And let's see if they can indeed knock this out. Mama Said Knock You Out and Dave Allison currently sitting 1. As we had a slip there out of the heck, that's okay. We'll set it up and we'll try it again here. We're going to get you to some of our other action here in just a minute, but we're going to stick with sheet C here. We're going to see if this run back can happen. Good opportunity for them to put the pressure on. Oh, we're going to jump over to sheet D now and take a look here as Curl Jam Montreal trying to get into the house and take a point here. Beautiful shot by Lamb Chop by the Triangle Curling Club to sit for 1 there right on the button. Very difficult to get behind. Double guarded on all sides. Looks like they're going to try an angle raise here. Skip Cameron Kim going to try to knock this back a little bit. Get it down into a scoring position. Tricky shot here, but not unmakeable. Sets the broom out on the edge of the house. Good slide, good delivery. Rock is out on the way. It's going to need to move a bit here. So they're sweeping to try to make sure it keeps going, but I don't think it's going to come back enough. Good shot as they're going to try to just let that settle for a second point, Rock. 6 feet of fury now to try to get it out the back. Good sweep by Skip Jonathan Betteridge to clear it out the back of the house. Betteridge now staring a very challenging shot in the face, but thinks that they can find the curl here. Sheet D's been moving a lot from left to right on your radio dial. So from the left side of your screen to the right side of your screen, been moving good here. Betteridge sets the broom out wide for Curl Jam's Vice's first shot. I believe that's Joanne Franklin. Sits out there in the frost. They need to sweep. They need to get it through. Sweep is on. Sweep is hard. 2 sweepers on it. They're just going to try to get it over into play, but I think it's going to get caught in the frost out there a little bit much. Tricky shot out that wide. The frost is still there from early. Not as many stones out there. Playing a little slower than you might think. Good shot, though. Good attempt. Kim going to try for that angle raise again. Sets the broom out in about the same spot. Let's see if he can make it happen this time. Coming down the right side, working right to left, trying to curl back and in. Good shot. Line looks nice. The sweep is on. Trying to hold it, trying to keep it from falling too far. Good hard sweep here from Lamb Chops. Love the Lamb headgear. Tapping it in, but doesn't catch it on the outside where they want it. That's sitting out there on the 12-foot. Let's see if Betteridge and the Hudson Whitlock team chase it. They're not gonna. They're gonna try to curl in. Betteridge going out wide with the broom, trying to get a big sweeping curl in here. Going to be tricky out of here on the edges. There hasn't been much run back up the hill. Betteridge has the broom down. Shot on the way. The sweep is on. Need to hold it. Good sweep by the ladies out of Hudson Whitlock. Good sweep, hard sweep. Rock is starting to move. Rock is moving. Can they squeak it by the guard? Not going to quite make it. Looks like it got hung up just a little bit as we're going to jump over to sheet B, where we have Team Ketchum out of the Windy City taking on Homer's Last 4 Hairs out of Charlotte. Skip Sarah Calcutt setting up here for Ann Pfeiffer's second shot, her vice. So 3 stones left for Homer's Last 4 Hairs as they are currently looking at conceding 2, but there's good space there for them to come down, hit and knock, hit and replace. Shot by Pfeiffer on the way. Kevin Stevens, second Kevin Stevens and lead Phil Calcutt, both walking with it, watching it. Need it to move a little bit. It's starting to go. Not going to quite get across, and that's just going to tap their own back. Was hoping for a little bit more curl than they got as Team Ketchum, skip Kelly Zahn settles in. Team Ketchum, skip by Kelly Zahn, settles in to try to clear these out. She's looking for a double here, trying to catch the inside of that, yellow stone on the right side of your screen. Shot is on the way. Sweep is on. Good sweep. They need to hold it. They need to move it. Oh, it looks like they actually might have been trying to guard that up instead of hit. Just trying to guard their 2 spot. As they're just plugging up the draw lane there for Calcutt, making it tough for them to work right to left. Little bit of a gap there. Not much of a gap for Calcutt to work with. She's looking at this, trying to find a way to get down as Ann Pfeiffer settles in to throw her second stone. Calcutt looks like she wants to try to come around and just tap some things around and settle in a better scoring position. Pfeiffer settles into the hack now. Looks like they're going to try to get behind the guard that's on the center line, and the stone they're trying to hit is on the left, but they need to hold this. They need a good, strong sweep to hold it there. Stevens is on it, sweeping hard. Not going to be able to hold it quite enough, as they're just going to peel everything out and open things up and force Ketchum to put a guard on top of things. This is a tricky spot here for Ketchum, because if Zahn doesn't put the guard in the right spot, she's going to leave it wide open for Calcutt to deliver a hit. So we'll see what Zahn wants to do here. Looks like she's talking about putting something right at the top of the 12-foot. So that way, even if they run it back, it's still probably going to stick around. So we can jump on over to Sheet A, check in on South Park Friends of Mine and Questionable Curling. As South Park Friends of Mine throwing the red stones, currently sitting 2 over on Sheet A, as the South Park Friends of Mine are trying to just pour it in, get more into the house, get more scoring stones in position. Kenton Morrill out of Triangle, sweeping, getting it out, or out of Palmetto, sweeping it out the back of the house, as that's going to carry on. No damage done there. We're going to jump over to Sheet D now, as we're taking a look here in this battle between Lamb Chop and Curl Jam Montreal. We have Lamb Chop currently sitting 2 with a whole bunch of stones sitting up top of the house. Just a mess up there. A traffic jam of epic proportions. Looks like the I-77 at rush hour right there, folks. Everything's just parked, blocking the way, and you can't quite bring it home the way you want. Curl Jam Montreal and Skip Jonathan Betteridge and Vice Ray Franklin discussing here, trying to find some sort of way to try to get some points, just open things up. They're probably going to try to run something back here. They got a whole bunch, unless they think they can come down that right side. But they're just trying to find the angles, find the right spot, find the combination to unlock this puzzle. So we're going to jump over to Sheet A now, where we're in skip stones there on Sheet A, as Kenton Morrill of Palmetto settling in to throw the first of his 2 skip stones. He's currently conceding 2, but he has 2 stones here and wide open shots for hits. Looks like he's going to try to come down. Not sure if he's going to try to catch that top one and spin it back in, or if he's going to try to just take out the shot rock. Actually, he's probably going to try to take out that shot rock just to the left of the button there and roll it to his right. Heavy shot there, lots of weight, plenty of weight, curling right to left. Going to get the 1 and roll and tuck it under, covering up that shot. So the thing here is, South Park Friends of Mine needs to cover up their shot stone. If they don't, they could be in a dangerous position here, as yellow is sitting second and third, as the folks out of as Morrill and Palmetto sitting second and third, looking like they're trying to pile in for a 2, potentially 3-point end, depending on if South Park can clear out the red that's just to the left of the button. Brad and Amanda Smith discussing right now, trying to come up with a plan of attack for South Park Friends of Mine. The cleverly named team with the beanies to match. Folks, this is why curling's great. We have some characters on the ice, and there are costumes galore here. Everybody's having fun, everybody's competing, and it's a grand old time. Working our way across, we're on sheet A right now with South Park Friends of Mine out of Charlotte taking on Questionable Curling out of Palmetto. Kenton Morrill currently sitting shot. Kenton Morrill and Palmetto currently sitting 1 on sheet A, as Brad and Amanda Smith with South Park Friends of Mine out of Charlotte discussing the best way to cover up their shot stone and put the first points on the board. Yep, and we're going to jump over to sheet D and take a look at that real quick. On sheet D, skip Jonathan Betteridge just missed coming across on an impressive run back. He tried to tap that red that was sitting in the middle there back into a scoring position, just missed it. Good shot, though, opened things up a little bit, gave him some options with a run back here, or maybe there might be a very tight draw window as Skip Cameron Kim skating down for Lamb Chop. So we're settling in here currently. Lamb Chop sitting 3. Wonder if they're going to try to pile in or push that yellow at the top of the house back, or if they're going to try to bring a 4th stone in here. Lamb Chop and Triangle currently up 1-0 on Curl Jam Montreal. Cameron Kim settling in, taking stock. This Lamb Chop with the headgear to match it, preparing to deliver their 8th stone. Kim is on the way, the stone working left to right. Looks like he's going to try to bring it in if possible, just adding points to the pile. That stone's starting to move. The sweep is on. The sweep is furious, trying to hold it on line, trying to guard things up there. Looks like they just want to plug up all the gaps, but it looks like it's going to end just a little short. What a sweep. Good effort by the curlers out of Triangle. Just didn't have enough on it. So we're going to jump over to sheet A, where we have Skip Kenton Morrill settling in, getting ready to try to set his team up for 3. As it's a tricky shot here to get down to that one that's sitting shot currently on the button, but it is open. It's very tight. If Morrill can catch that, he can get at least 2. Shot is on the way, working left to right, needs to move. It's by the guard. Is it going to get over? It does. It ticks it. Can he get it out? Not enough sweep, as it looks like it's going to be 1 red there. Great shot by Morrill, just didn't get enough of the late break that he was hoping for. As we're going to jump over to sheet D as we wrap up the second N action here. Over on sheet D, Curl Jam Montreal trying to cut down the damage and slow the bleeding here. Currently down 1-0. John Betteridge delivering a heavy takeout, trying to get both these yellows for a double. Good shot by Betteridge on the way, working left to right. Starting to move, starting to curl. The sweep is on. They're going to catch it, but not left enough. And that's going to be 2 yellow for the Lamb Chop team out of Triangle. So we're going to bounce out to the Cinco rectangle now. As we're going to work from left to right here, reset the action, reset the scores. Over on sheet A, we have a 1-0 game for the team throwing the Red Rock South Park Friends of Mine. Skip Brad Smith leading. Kenton Morrill and Questionable Curling out of Palmetto, 1-0. On sheet B, we have a 2-0 game here in favor of Team Ketchum out of the Windy City. Skip Kelly Zahn up 2-0 on Sarah Calcutt and Homer's Last 4 Hairs out of Charlotte. On sheet C, in a battle of the Queen City, the Charlotte Club Showdown. Mama Said Knock You Out and Skip Dave Allison are currently trailing 8-0 to the Button Pushers and substitute skip Kyle Markham. And on sheet D, we have a 3-0 game for the Lamb Chop team out of the Triangle Curling Club. Skip Cameron Kim and crew up 3-0 on Curl Jam Montreal and skip Jonathan Betteridge. So we're going to focus in on sheet C here. The Queen City Showdown here between Mama Said Knock You Out and the Button Pushers. Mama Said Knock You Out throwing the Red Rocks, currently with 2 in scoring position at the top of the house and a 3rd on the button. So Mama Said Knock You Out currently sitting 3 here, putting the pressure on the Button Pushers. As Jen Mogavero settles in to throw the first of the Vice Rocks on this end, the Button Pushers currently with an 8-0 lead, courtesy of a big 5-spot in the first end. Mogavero looks like she's going to try to just hit those stones at the top of the house, clear things out, and cut and work on starting to chip away at this potential big end by Mama Said Knock You Out. Great shot by Mogavero. The sweep is on. The sweep is furious. They're cleaning. They're melting that ice. Great shot. Great sweep as that takes both of them. Fantastic shot by Jen Mogavero to clear out Mama Said Knock You Out, the Red Rocks. Good shot by Mogavero, and Mogavero certainly did knock them out. Dave Allison here talking with his team, trying to come up with a plan. He's currently sitting 1, staring an 8-0 hole in the face. Steph Allison settling in to the hat, getting ready to deliver her first stone of the Vice Rocks. Looks like they're going to try to work left to right, put something on top of their current guard. Trying to work left to the right. Good shot on the way. Starting to move. Need it to check up as well. It doesn't, I don't know how much it's going to check up. Looks like the ice has some good carry here in the third end. It's been nice, fast ice. Good hit. Pushes under. Good shot. If that, they might have been trying to do that actually, now that I look at this, putting their shot right on the button, but also burying their shooter in a guarded position. Good shot there by Allison as Jen Mogavero settles in for her second and final rock of the third end. The Button Pushers up 8-0. Mogavero slides and delivers, working left to right. Looks like she's trying to just come down and push. Maybe just sit on top of the one on the button. Good shot by Mogavero, working left to right. Coming down. It's starting to curl. It's starting to move. It's going to hit that one and push it back, but it's going to bury it even more. So now the Button Pushers in a challenging spot here, currently conceding 2 as Allison looks like he wants to just stick guards up top, protect his 2 that are buried deep behind the guard rock and also stacked on top of each other. Steph Allison working left to right here. Good shot by Allison on the way. So might be caught a fast line here. Looks like it's going to go a little deeper than they'd planned. Let's see if it sticks around there just to create a little bit more pressure on the Button Pushers. Good shot by Allison, but that's going to be swept out. 6 feet of fury by Kyle Markham. Takes it out. The back of the house can't quite carry it out. Good sweep by Markham to sweep it into a non-scoring position, though. As we are into skip stones now on sheet C, but we're going to jump over to sheet B, where we have Homer's last 4 hairs taking on Team Ketchum. Kevin Stevens delivering his rock here. Currently the Windy City sitting 2-0 here. Stevens trying to come down, knock some things around, maybe open things up. Looks like he's going to miss that. Is it going to curl enough? Late break there on the stone. Not enough as Kelly Zahn on it to sweep it. gets it out the back of the house. Good strong sweep by Zahn to clear that stone. Not quite out the back of the house. It is actually touching there. So in theory, if they cleared all the other stones out, that one looks like it might be touching. Tough to tell from our angle here at the far end of the arena. As Jennifer Hoke settles in to throw her stone, Hoke delivers here for Team Ketchum. I assume that's a reference to Ash Ketchum here at the 90s themed Bonspeil. Hoke with the delivery working left to right. The sweep is on for the Windy City Curlers. Sweep is off now, trying to work left to right, get in, block up that stone. Good shot by the Windy City. So that's going to settle right there. Doesn't quite bite to score, but blocking up that line that Stevens was trying to follow very well. There's a long run back there for Vice and Pfeiffer as she settles in to the hack, getting ready to deliver her shot. It's a tight game here. Charlotte and the Homers, last 4 Hares teams out of Charlotte, currently down 2-0, but it's just been 1-1. Ends of 1-1 for Team Ketchum out of the Windy City as Pfeiffer delivers a heavy stone here, trying to knock some things around and move some things about. Pfeiffer clears that guard that was just carefully placed, clears it out of play, and we're back to where we were. As Jennifer Hauk settles into the hack, probably gonna try to put that guard back and just replace it and dare Ann Pfeiffer to do it again. As Hauk settles into the hack, getting ready here, Team Ketchum out of the Windy City. Great to see the Chicagoans down here in Charlotte. Hauk sets up in the hack, delivering, working left to right, that same line that she was on last time. She's familiar with the shot. Sweep is on. Sweep is off now as it's carrying. Good sweep there from Tom Ara. Both sweepers on it now for the Windy City. Sweeping, trying to bring it as far as it'll go, hoping to get it a little to the right there. Good sweep out of the Windy City. Didn't quite get as much curl as they did last time. It's tough to tell from this top angle view if there's space there for them to come down and make something happen. So we're going to jump over to Sheet C now. Sheet C, where we have the Battle of the Queen City between Mama Said Knock You Out and Skip Dave Allison taking on the Button Pushers and substitute skip Kyle Markham. As Markham conversing with Jen Mogavero, they are currently conceding 3 to Mama Said Knock You Out and Dave Allison. As Markham talking it over with the squad, getting ready. Looks like he's going to try to come down and deliver a hit there from left to right. If he can get to the right side of that stone that's on the left side of the button there, he wants to cross over the face and just catch the inside and stick on the button, on the Rambo button, as we call it. That's a dog there by the name of Rambo. Adorable little thing. Great touch to the curling club there. It's Markham Stone on the way, working left to right. The sweep is on. The sweepers are working hard to hold it. They're off now. Going to catch the inside, but not enough. Hit it a little more nose than they were hoping to, as that sticks around out there for Dave Allison to try and do the same thing now. Hit and roll it underneath, trying to keep the pressure on and get back to his 3 spot here. Allison trying to put big points on the board and cut this lead down as much as possible. Allison settling in to the hack, getting the stone set. Looks like he's going to try to do almost the exact same thing that Markham just did. Working left to right. Ideally, they want to catch the inside of the stone to roll it underneath the guard and make it untouchable. So we're going to jump over to Sheet B here, where we are firmly in, or we'll stick on Sheet C. No, we'll go to B. We'll stay on B. Kelly Zahn delivering her first skip stone here. Zahn on the way, trying to work left to right. Zahn currently sitting 1 working left to right, trying to get across and cover up that big gap that she had. Need to get it across the hog. As it crosses the hog, the sweeper's doing a great job carrying it further, further, further. Not going to get it to move enough. So that's going to leave that shot stone open for Skip Sarah Calcutt to hit and roll underneath. Calcutt and Ann Pfeiffer talking at the other end, discussing the line. They're going to try to hit on the right side and roll it to the left. Lots of space to work here for Calcutt. Tricky shot, though. She needs to bring enough weight to not only clear the stone out, she needs to bring enough weight that that her stone will carry to the left side underneath all those guards you see at the top of your screen. Needs to have the angle just right as Ann Pfeiffer has the broom tight to the stone. And they're going to try to cross the face a little bit. Calcutt on the way. Stone is on the way. Stone has plenty of juice as the sweeper's just going with it. Not necessarily. Kevin Stevens on now with a hard sweep. Stevens trying to hold the rock. Fierce sweeping. He's off now. Looks like they have it where they want it. Did it get across the face? It did, but not as much as they were hoping as it sits out there. Stevens with a heavy sweep as the stone didn't move quite enough to get back across. So we're going to jump over to sheet A real quick. Check in there on the battle between the South Park Friends of Mine out of Charlotte and Questionable Curling out of Palmetto. Currently, the South Park Friends of Mine sitting 1. Going to try to come down and clear out that yellow at the top of the 12-foot. Skip Brad Smith coming wide for a big draw. Actually, looks like he's going to try to guard things up here as he does not have hammer. Smith trying to guard things up here, consolidate his 1, and heading to the next and heading to the 4th end up 2-0. Smith, good guard on the way. Settles right up there, blocking up that line. So that's going to make it almost impossible for Kenton Morrill and Palmetto to come down and score 2. Morrill probably has an angle raised there on the outside. He's going to throw just T-line weight, maybe back line, trying to tap that yellow at the top of the 12-foot back a little bit. For those of y'all joining us who might be new to curling or less familiar when we're talking about weight, weight is how hard you throw it. Heavy weight means you're throwing it hard as you throwing it harder. Lightweight means you're throwing it softer. A couple different shots we've been referencing here. My apologies for not talking about it sooner. Right here we have what we call a heavy draw, so he's just trying to come down with some weight. Not too heavy though, just trying to push things back a little bit and score a point here. Good shot by Morrill on the way. Needs to catch the corner of that stone, and it just misses. Morrill with a good line, just didn't quite get enough curl to work from right to left as Brad Smith and South Park Friends of Mine steal a point here. As we're going to go back to sheet B between the Charlotteans and the Chicagans, as Kelly Zahn and Team Ketchum currently conceding 2 to Sarah Calcutt and Homer's last 4 hairs. Calcutt looks like she's going to try to draw down here for a 3rd, and she has the hammer. This is the final stone of this end. Calcutt brought a heavy draw last time, didn't quite do exactly what she wanted, but now she gets a chance to come down here, draw in for 3, and put her team in the lead. The sweep is on. Kevin Stevens and Phil Calcutt sweeping furiously, trying to bring the stone deep, trying to bring it into a scoring position. Needs to be inside of those 2 outside red rocks, as it looks like it's going to be just a little light. It's tough to go from that heavy shot Calcutt threw on her first to the lighter shot that she threw with her second, as that's going to be 2 for Calcutt and company, as they are now tied 2-2. We're going to bounce out to the Cinco rectangle. Take a look. We're going to reset everything on sheet A. We have South Park Friend of Mine and Skip Brad Smith up 2-0 on Kenton Morrill and Questionable Curling. That's a battle of Charlotte and Palmetto. Curling Club rehashing the 17-12 Cup that Charlotte currently leads 2-0. On sheet B, we have Team Ketchum and Skip Kellyzon out of the Windy City taking on Homer's Last Four Hairs, and Skip Sarah Calcutt out of Charlotte. That one's even at 2 apiece after a 2-spot from Calcutt there. On sheet C, we have a Queen City Rumble between Mama Said Knock You Out and Skip Dave Allison, currently trailing 8-1 to the Button Pushers and Skip Kyle Markham. On sheet D, we have Curl Jam Montreal out of the Hudson Whitlock Curling Club. I believe that's in Montreal. Researchers have yet to get back to me. Skip Jonathan Betteridge currently trailing the Lamb Chop team out of the Triangle 3-1. Tight one there, coming back. All our games are in the fourth inning. Folks, we want to take a second here to thank our sponsors. Quality Renovation Service has been specialists in both residential and commercial construction and renovation since 2002. With a team of highly skilled professionals, QRS specializes in renovation and reconstruction of offices and commercial spaces of all shapes and sizes. QRS is also a certified Passive House Institute builder, specializing in homes and commercial buildings that are more efficient and better for the planet. QRS will consult on spaces for your business so that you know the quality of construction and what hidden issues may exist. QRS will perform the required construction, taking your property from its existing condition to finished product. Contact QRS to get a quote today at qrsnc.com. That's qrsnc.com, or give QRS a call at 980-721-9987. Quality Renovation Services, your premier commercial renovation contractors. Folks, we are here at the fabled Grits and Granites Bonspeil in lovely Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. We got a great set of action here at the 8 a.m. Saturday morning draw. We hope your grits are delicious, whether you put salt, cheese, sugar, or bacon in them. Whatever you add to your grits, we hope you're enjoying them this morning, as we have some great granite being thrown on the ice here, as we're going to check in on sheet C with a Queen City Rumble between Skip Dave Allison and Mama Said Knock You Out taking on the Button Pushers and Skip Kyle Markham. As Markham and the Button Pushers currently up 8-1, sitting one in the fourth end here, coming back towards us. Allison, though, is sitting second and third right now, as Markham trying to just clear these rocks out to protect his one if possible. Looks like he's going to try for a hit and roll, but not too much of a roll. He's currently sitting shot here. Markham in the yellow. Markham and the Button Pushers throwing the yellow rocks. Markham looks like he wants to just catch that red rock just to the right and roll a little bit to sit on top of his guard, protecting his one. Might be a little deeper than he'd want in a perfect world, but got to play the hand you're dealt right now. It's Jen Mogavero settling in to throw her first rock 5 here in the fourth end. Mogavero working right to left. Good movement on the rock, needs to keep running. It's coming across. Gonna catch it, but not as thick as Markham would have liked, as that is not going to clear the red. Just caught it a little thin. When we say thin versus thick, thin means it didn't hit a lot of the rock. Thick means it hit a lot of the rock. So that very thin right there didn't catch it enough to push the red rock out of play. And now Allison setting the rock for Steph Allison to come down. She delivers her second stone, working right to left. Gonna catch the high guard, and let's see though, that could cause some chaos, pushing things down. Gonna push some more things around. Things still open here for Markham, as Markham could just do the same thing. As right now, looks like he's just gonna try to protect his shot stone, cut down on the shots available to Allison and team Mama Said Knock You Out. Mogavero and Markham talking about it. Markham gives the line. Mogavero settles into the hack, preparing to deliver her second stone, so stone 6 of this fourth end. Good shot by Mogavero, working right to left, trying to do the same thing. She has a better idea of how the ice is moving here. The ice is changing all throughout the game. Sometimes sweep is on now. Hard sweep from the front end of the button pushers. Good shot by Mogavero. Little heavier maybe. Caught a little bit more than she might have wanted, but she did clear it out as the button pushers are now sitting 2 in the fourth end. Allison eyeing the takeout that he wants, looking like he's trying for a double here. He's trying to catch that high yellow stone just to the left of center and push everything around. Allison skating back down, getting ready. Looks like he thinks he can get both of them here if he plays this right. Narrowing it up, trying to come across the face, working right to left. Coming across the stone like that can be a tricky shot, can cause some problems, but makeable shot, very doable shot. It's just how far does it move to hit everything in the correct way. Allison on the way, hard slide, rock on the way. Plenty of gas on that one, plenty of juice. So it's moving. The sweep is on now. Both sweepers sweeping furiously for Mama Said Knock You Out. And will they indeed? They're not going to knock out the stone that they wanted. They got their own high guard, as things are just wide open now for Markham and the button pushers. Markham and the button pushers have hammer. As we're going to jump over to sheet A, check on the game there between the South Park Friends of Mine and Questionable Curling. Questionable Curling currently conceding 2 to South Park Friends of Mine. Looks like they're trying to come down, draw behind, and just settle in for some points to cut down South Park Friends of Mine. Sweep is on, sweep is hard. Oh, they're going to try to tap that over. Tapping it, running it back. Going to roll not quite to where it's out of position. South Park Friends of Mine currently sitting first and second as Brad Smith wants to hit that rock that's sitting second, the rock that was just thrown. You can see right there we have one rock in the white for South Park Friends of Mine throwing the red stones. The second closest stone is that one that Brad Smith is talking over taking out right now. And the third stone is the one at the bottom right of your screen. It is out counting the top 2. Smith actually looks like he wants to just guard things up and take another singular point here. Brad Smith trying to just slowly build a lead here, brick by brick, point by point, one by one. Smith just trying to guard things up. He's got one sitting nicely in the house for 1 point. Not trying to get too greedy, just trying to cut things down. Steal points here as he is not sitting hammer. Hammer, the second stone, belongs to Kenton Morrill and Palmetto. Amanda Smith delivering her stone on the way. Good slide. Trying to work left to right to guard things up there. Just block everything up and create a challenge for the crew from Palmetto. Sweep is on now. Not sure if it's going to have enough, as it is quite frosty out there on the outside where they haven't been through. Sweep is on. Sweep going to get it almost there. Just a little short. Good try by the sweepers. Just couldn't get it through the frost like they were hoping to. So over on sheet A, Kenton Morrill now talking about how he can try to clear all these things out. Morrill trying to put some points on the board here for Palmetto. As Vice Brian Champion Westcott delivering his second stone on the way, working left to right. Going to try to draw behind their guard and set up comfortably for shot. The sweep is on now. They need it to go. Nope, they're just going to tap it back. Hit it a little harder. Brad Smith, 6 feet of fury, sweeping it. Can't quite get it clear, but that might be sitting second now. tough to tell what's second, what's third, what's fourth. We got 3 stones all sitting there around the outside of the 12-foot outermost ring on sheet A is Brad Smith. Looks like he wants to try to just draw down for a nice point. Trying to come in. He's got one, trying to make this a 2-point end here for the South Park Friends of Mine. So we are into skip stones here on sheet A, the Charlotte team of South Park Friends of Mine. And we have a final on sheet C between the Button Pushers and Mama Said Knock You Out. The Button Pushers with a big win. Looks like the final was 11-1 potentially. But big win regardless for the Button Pushers and Kevin Markham against Dave Allison and Mama Said Knock You Out. First game concluded here during the 8 a.m. draw. We have lots of curling action going on, 3 tight competitive games going on. So we are currently featuring sheet A as Skip Brad Smith delivering his first skip stone, trying to throw that guard to block things up a little bit more. It's the sweepers bringing it in, sweepers bringing it deep. As it might, nope. Didn't overcurl too much, blocking things up, but still, there's an open draw path there down the left side, or it looks like Skip Kenton Morrill and second Brian Champion Westcott talking about a potential angle raise there on the right side. Now, when we're talking about a raise, we're talking about taking a stone that's higher up in the, so towards the, more towards where the folks were releasing, towards the hog line, and pushing it down into a better position. Usually this is done through a straight-on raise, which is just hitting head-on. But in an angle raise, we're trying to catch something and pushing in and add an angle on a diagonal. So Morrill looks like they're not going to go with the angle raise. Going to try to find that draw weight, working left to right, trying to come down. So Morrill trying to work left to right here, drawing underneath 4 points. And let's see what he can do. Lots of space there to work left to right. Plenty of room there down the left-hand side as Morrill settles in for the first of his 2 skip stones. Morrill settles in, takes stock of the line, likes what he sees from Westcott setting the broom in the house. As Morrill on the way, working left to right, the stone is out of his hand. The sweepers are with it. It needs to move. The sweepers are on it. They need to get it through that frost. We've seen a bunch die out there. The sweepers are on it. The sweepers are doing their job, melting the ice furiously, keeping it moving, keeping it going. The stone is in. It's in play. Is it going to get behind? The stone is going to get by, and it's going to tap. Beautiful shot by Morrill. Maybe just a little lighter than he wanted. Great sweep, though, by the sweepers to clear the guard. Looked like it was going to catch it, but they had enough sweep on it to keep it on line. Just could have been a little heavier for Morrill and questionable curling. As the Smiths, Brad and Amanda, now talking it over down in the house. They're currently sitting 1. They're going to try to consolidate things there as the 4th end concludes on sheet D between Curl Jam Montreal and Lamb Chop. We'll wait here. We'll wait to see what the score is here as we're on sheet A. Brad Smith settling in to deliver his final stone here of the 4th end. Smith and South Park Friends of Mine currently leading 2-0. Smith possibly going to try to just block up that draw lane on the left side. Smith out of the hack. Stone is on the way, going to be working left to right. Sweepers need to be with it. Sweepers, 1 sweep on. No sweeps on. 2 sweepers on. Now trying to keep it through that frost. Good shot. Looks like it might be. Let's see where this is going to finish. It's all going to depend how the sweepers do. Stone is carrying good momentum. Good shot there by Smith. Ooh. Whew. Smith, good thing the sweepers got off it. Didn't push Morrill's stone into a scoring position as Morrill and Triangle questionable curling, currently staring at conceding one here. If they have a shot, they might. Folks, this is a crazy circus shot here, but Morrill has had some good lines and good weight. He could have it here. If you follow, if you look, I wish I had a screencaster here, but you'll see that stone that's just outside the blue 12-foot there on the high right side. Morrill has a shot here where if he brings it with enough weight and he hits that yellow one and that yellow one catches that red one that's sitting shot, Morrill could pile in for a 3-point end here. I can't tell if he likes the line, but looking at this from our vantage point, this looks like the best shot that he can do, and that looks like less of a shirkish shot than I think it is. The trouble is when you get to the outsides like that, it can be very challenging because you have to slide so wide coming out of the heck. So let's see what Morrill can do here. Morrill, potentially with a momentum-changing game, swinging shot to make here. He's currently down 2-0. If he hits this shot, this could be a 3. Shoot, this could even be a 4, folks, if he hits it exactly right, because he could get a run-back double here, a promote run-back double. Boy, that's a whole lot of conjunction shots, and that makes it twice to 3 times as impressive. Morrill settling into the hack now, preparing to deliver the final stone of this, the 4th end. Morrill on the way, slips a little bit, recovers, delivers it. Morrill slipped a little bit coming out of the hack. Shots on the way as they are off it. Morrill slipped a bit and not able to do it. Brad Smith and South Park friends of mine take 1 as we're going to go to sheet B for skip Kelly Zahn out of the Windy City and team Ketchum. Gotta catch them all here on sheet B as they're trying to catch all these points. Currently sitting 2, Zahn. Looks like she might be trying to run back her center red there, the red that's just to the left of that center line. Currently tied at 2 with Homer's last 4 hairs and out of Charlotte. Zahn just needs to tap that red back to touching. If she can get it to touch the 4-foot, it's guaranteed, but if she can get it inside of that yellow rock at the back of the house, that's a 3-point end and a big swing here for the Windy City Curlers. Zahn on the way, smooth delivery, smooth release, shot is on the way. Good shot from Zahn, they need it to curl. Starting to move, the sweep is on, the sweep is trying to push it, trying to get the movement that they need. Good sweep by the sweepers. Not gonna, oh, that might stick inside. Good shot by Zahn. Not necessarily the plan, but it works out. Plan B scores 3. Good shot by Zahn. The weight was perfect, and it rolled just right. So we're gonna jump over to sheet D now, as we have Curl Jam Montreal and skip Jonathan Betteridge battling here. Currently down 6-1 in the 5th end, heading back down the other way. It's team Lamb Chop out of the triangle, and skip Cameron Kim currently conceding 1, but with a wide open hit here. We are in 2nd stone still, 4th shot of this end on the way. Good shot by Lamb Chop and triangle. 1 sweep on, trying to hold it. Good sweep. 1 sweeper holding it, doing yeoman's work. Woman's work, should we say. Good hit and drives it out. Lamb Chop now sitting 3. Let's see here as Joanne Franklin, I believe. My apologies if this is actually Diane McGregor. I haven't had the pleasure yet, but I believe it's Joanne Franklin if the registration is accurate. Joanne. They're sisters, I'm being told, by wonderful Randy, keeping us moving along the ice. Good shot there, working right to left. She's going to catch it. The question is where she's going to catch it. If she can get to the inside, that's going to be a good shot. Rock is starting to move. Late break there. Good shot by Curl Jam Montreal, and Curl Jam it does. Curls to the right and jams up. Maybe not as much as they were hoping, but that stone is going to be tough to remove. So those stones are all together, all touching. We're going to say that they jam on each other. What that means is even if you hit that red stone, it's going to be very difficult to clear the red stone out without clearing out the yellow stones. And this is especially challenging as there's a yellow stone behind and a yellow stone to the left. So no matter where you hit it, it's going to run into yellows. And it looks like Triangle is just going to try to draw down and around. Shot is on the way, working right to left, trying to draw down, maybe just block things up, gunk things up so Curl Jam Montreal can't hit things, can't come down and score a ton. Good shot by Lamb Chop and the Triangle, the team out of the Raleigh-Durham area. Late break there. Settles right on top of it as we just got 4 stones all jammed up, all sitting right on top of each other. 4 stones all jammed up as Betteridge looks like he wants to clear things out here, get some good hits, just open things up. Yeah, so Betteridge wants to catch this yellow stone on the right side. Ideally, what that's going to do, drive that yellow stone out, drive the red stone in, and have it sit. So this is Vice Ray Franklin's first of the 5th end. Franklin delivers the 5th stone of the 5th end on the way, working right to left. The sweep is on. They're going to catch it just on the outside, trying to push it a little bit. Good shot by Franklin. Good sweep by the front end, as that's going to drive things out a little bit, just opening things up. Good shot by Franklin is now all Franklin has to do if the Triangle curlers can't cover that guard. Franklin can drive. Franklin can drive his red into the yellow and clear the yellow out. Let's see if Triangle can set a guard here. Shot on the way, working right to left for Team Lamb Chop. Ooh. Shot on the way. There hasn't been as much curl working right to left here on the outside sheet. Gonna finish a little deeper than they wanted, but that'll do the job. Very challenging for Franklin to get down as Betteridge wants to try to call a double here. That's a long way for that stone to go, but it is makeable. So Franklin and Betteridge talking here. Franklin needs to bring a lot of weight on this one. Out of the hack hard. Franklin with the spin on it. The sweep is on. The sweep is critical here as they need to hold it because they need to catch it just thin enough to get it to spin to the right. Good shot. Good hit by Franklin. Franklin catches it, and great shot by Franklin, but just not enough. Franklin ran that stone a long ways, but just needed a little bit more on it. That was a long way for that yellow stone to go as Lamb Chop and the Triangle settle in for their first skip stone here. Skip, Cameron, Kim, and Lamb and the Triangle crew up, currently up 6-1. As Kim coming back down the ice, looks like he's going to try to just clear this danger out of there. Right now, Lamb Chop and the Triangle crew are sitting 1, but they want to clear these stones out of here because if Curl Jam Montreal can find a way to clear their yellow stone out of there, they would be sitting 2nd and 3rd, and Kim wants to keep them from scoring big. So they're going to talk it over. So we're going to go to sheet A between South Park Friends of Mine and Questionable Curling. The battle of the Tar Heel State going on, or the rematch of the 17-12 Cup going on between South Park Friends of Mine out of Charlotte and Questionable Curling out of Palmetto. South Park Friends of Mine currently sitting 1, maybe 2, depending on where those 2 stones in the 12-foot come in. Questionable Curling and Skip Kenton Morrill trying to get back into this one. It's been a battle here as Smith and South Park friends of mine have taken one in the second, one in the third, and one in the fourth for a 3-0 lead. Challenging game, just taking it shot by shot as Brian Westcott settles in for his shot here for the crew from Palmetto. Westcott working left to right here. Shot on the way from Westcott. Sweep is on now as they're trying to move it. Let's see, did they find the gap? Good shot. Gonna tap it back. And gonna get the long run back. What a shot by Westcott to hit the long run back. That stone had a long way to go. And Westcott and the Palmetto, Westcott delivers a challenging shot as Amanda Smith settling into the hack now, talking it over with Skip Brad Smith for South Park friends of mine. Currently conceding one here. The Smiths talking over. Amanda Smith settling into the house, getting ready to deliver her stone. Smith on the way. The stone is out. The stone has plenty of weight, working left to right, but with plenty of juice. Let's see what she can hit. Can she get through that gap there? There's a gap just the width of a stone and a half, maybe, as Smith threads the needle, gets the stone, and runs it out. What a shot by Amanda Smith to have the South Park friends of mine sitting 2 now with a 3-point lead. Amanda Smith found the needle, threaded the needle, and delivered the shot. What a takeout by Amanda Smith. As South Park friends of mine sitting at least 2 now, potentially 3. It's tough to tell from our angle here. So we're going to, as the stone is on the way from Westcott, see, trying to go through that same hole Smith just went through, but with a little less oomph. Doesn't quite find it, and things are just really gunked up now over on sheet A as we're going to go to sheet B, where we are approaching the conclusion of this end. We got a tight one here, 5-2 for the Windy City Curlers, as Team Ketchum currently sitting 2 here, as Jennifer Hauk settles in to deliver her 6th stone, final stone for the Vice here in the 5th end, going back down the other end. Hauk and Team Ketchum out of the Windy City currently sitting 2 over Homer's Last 4 Hairs and Skip Sarah Calcutt. Stone is on the way. She's trying to work, as Hauk is trying to work left to right here, trying to just guard things up, maybe draw in. Nope, just trying to guard things up a little bit, make it so Calcutt and Homer's Last 4 Hairs have a challenging path to score more. Good shot by Hauk to just guard things up, make it a mess into the traffic jam up top, as we're going to jump over to sheet D, where Cameron Kim is preparing to deliver his final stone of this 5th end. Kim and Lamb Chops out of curling currently up 6-1 on Curl Jam Montreal. Kim out of the hack, low tuck delivery, working right to left, trying to hit some things and clear them out there. One sweeper on, and the sweep is not just trying to help it go further, but to push it from right to left. Good sweep there. Stone is moving, Stone is moving. Did it move enough? Not quite as much as they might have hoped, but still a good result as that pushes things out. Team Lamb Chop currently sitting 1 with a well-protected shot here as Skip Jonathan Betteridge trying to find a way to get down and take out that yellow shot stone. If he can clear that yellow shot stone out with his last rock, he's sitting 2. Betteridge sitting 2nd and 3rd. If he can get to that yellow stone, he's sitting 3. And heck, he could even get 4 out of this if he hits it right. As you look at this, looking at the Juno button, Juno, an adorable little Australian shepherd on the button there here at the club. We like to keep it whimsical here in Charlotte. Betteridge and Franklin talking about it. I think they're looking at that. They know they need to hit the one that's touching the button. Oh, they might be going for the long run back for 3. The question is whether the run back is easier or the attempted double is easier, as Betteridge and Franklin are weighing the angles, weighing the physics of everything. As Betteridge coming back down the ice, looks like he's going to try to run that red back into the shot stone and push it on out of danger. Betteridge was a long angle run here. As I look at it, I don't know that he can see enough of the shot stone to get to it. That yellow rock up top doing a good job of covering it as Betteridge settles into the hack now. Needs to bring a lot of weight and needs to catch this stone on the right side to run it back. Betteridge. Stone is on the way. Betteridge with a lift delivery. Good shot by Betteridge. One sweep on, trying to push it just enough to catch it right. It's going to hit it, but is it going to hit it right? It hits, it catches. It catches that one and it pushes it out, and that's going to be 1 for Betteridge and Curl Jam Montreal. Betteridge just caught it a little thinner than he was maybe hoping, as we're coming back in the 6th end as Skip Cameron Kim and Lamb Chop out of triangle lead 6-2. So we're going to go over to sheet B now. On the far side. Actually, we'll go to sheet A. I think they're a little further along in their stones. Sheet A in the showdown between South Park Friends of Mine and Questionable Curling. Skip Brad Smith settling in to deliver what appears to be his last stone of this end. Smith settling in. South Park Friends of Mine currently sitting 2 with a 3-point lead. So Smith, no, South Park Friends of Mine sitting 3. I miscounted, folks. South Park Friends of Mine trying to come down, just guard things up, remove options for the Palmetto Curlers and Skip Kenton Montreux. Shot is on the way from Smith. Smith working left to right, just trying to block things up. The sweep is on. The sweepers are working furiously, both of them trying to bring it, get it across the hog, and just blocking things up. Smith just adding another layer of complexity. As we're going to jump over to sheet B, as Skip Sarah Calcutt delivering her stone. Going to try to catch the inside and roll it underneath. Good shot by Calcutt. Didn't move as much as maybe she was hoping. As Calcutt and Homer's last 4 hairs conceding 1 right now to Zahn and Team Ketchum out of the Windy City. As Zahn preparing to deliver her final stone of this 5th end. Hahn and the Windy City Curlers up 5-2. Zahn and Hauk discussing it down in the house, preparing to deliver their final stone of this end. Looking at what they can do. They want to try to hit and roll underneath here. With a hit and roll underneath, Zahn can put a 2 spot on the board and really put the pressure on Calcutt with no good way to get down to that either of her shot stones. The pressure is on Zahn right now to deliver a powerful hit and roll, challenging shot, but makeable shot for Zahn. She's had some good shots here today, done a lot to have her team up 5-2. As Zahn settles into the hack, preparing to deliver her final stone of the 5th end. Zahn is on the way. Shot is on the way, working left to right. Needs to catch the right side of that outside stone. Weight looks good. 1 sweeper on, trying to hold it. 2 sweepers on, trying to carry it deep and straight. 2 sweepers on. Looks like it's going to be a little narrow as it crashed the guard. But that's okay. Zahn still comfortably sitting one here as Calcutt now forced to kind of look at things and see if she can find a miracle shot here. She might have room for a draw down to score one. One isn't the best play, but one is enough. Calcutt and Pfeiffer also talking about a way to just maybe run some things back and see if they can create some chaos. There might be a way. It's tough to tell there with the way those four reds are stacked up in that trapezoidal shape. She has potentially that run back on the right side, so she might try to hit that red on the right side of the trapezoid, run it back, clear them both out, and if she can hit that shot, she's sitting two. And that could be a big play here for Calcutt to steal, to score two here. Not a steal as she has hammer. The goal is to score two. The situation just has her up against it, as that was a 3 spot on sheet A for South Park Friends of Mine, now up 6-0, coming back in the 6th end. Good games here as the 5th end is concluding here in our last 8-8. The last 5th end of our 8 a.m. draw is finishing up on sheet B. On sheet A, South Park Friends of Mine lead 6-0 over the questionable curling team out of Palmetto, and on sheet D, Team Lamb Chop out of the Triangle up 6-2 on Curl Jam Montreal out of the Hudson Woodlock Curling Club. On sheet B, Sarah Calcutt and Ann Pfeiffer still talking about it. Looks like Calcutt's decided she's going to try to run this red back into the yellow and run the yellow into the red. She needs to bring a lot of weight, and she needs to hit it exact. If she hits this exact, she's going to run it back, and she could get 2, potentially 3 here, depending on how this red runs out. This is a very challenging shot here for Calcutt. She has to bring a lot of weight. She has to be precise with the strike, and she has to drive everything straight back pretty much. As Calcutt settles into the hack, prepares to deliver the final stone of the 5th end here. Calcutt out of the hack with explosion. Stone on the way, 1 sweep, 2 sweep, both sweepers on it, sweeping fiercely, trying to hold the stone. Can they do it? Can they catch it square? Good shot by Calcutt. The weight looks good. The hit is there. The hit, one just misses, but that is going to settle potentially, as it just carried a little too far, as that's going to be 1 for Team Ketchum out of the Windy City to push their lead to 6-2. As we're going to bounce out to the Cinco Rectangle, and we're going to hear about another one of our sponsors, Daviste Vineyards. North Carolina ranks 7th among the top wine-producing regions in the United States. Daviste Vineyards is a vineyard, winery, and private event venue located near Lake Norman State Park, just 35 miles north of Charlotte. Setting a stunning 60-acre property, Daviste Vineyards is open to the public 4 days a week, offering live music and food trucks on weekends. Daviste Vineyards is also available to host all of life's milestone moments, from birthdays and anniversaries to proposals, weddings, and corporate events. Daviste Vineyards facilities include a winery, tasting room, art gallery, event pavilion, and acres of grapes. Contact Daviste Vineyards at davistevineyards.com. That's davistevineyards.com, or by phone 704-528-3882, and follow them on Instagram at Daviste Vineyards. Daviste Vineyards, making of award-winning North Carolina wines. Folks, we are here at the Charlotte Curling Club. It's the Grits and Granites Bonspeil. If you're just joining us, we have 3 games still going from our 8 a.m. draw. Over on sheet A, South Park Friends of Mine, skipped by Brad Smith, leading questionable curling out of Palmetto Curling Club, skipped by Kenton Morrill, 6-0. On sheet B, we have a battle here between between Team Ketchum out of Windy City Curling, skipped by Kelly Zahn, taking on Homer's Last 4 Hairs out of Charlotte, skipped by Sarah Calcutt. Team Ketchum up 6-2 here, coming back in the 6th end. And on sheet D, we have a battle between the Lamb Chop team out of Triangle Curling Club, skipped by Cameron Kim, taking on Curl Jam Montreal and skip Jonathan Betteridge. The Lamb Chop team out of Triangle leads 6-2. It's a 90s themed Bonspeil here at Grits and Granite in the Queen City at the Charlotte Curling Club. Thank you for joining us this morning, as we're going to focus in on Sheet A, where they are the furthest along, as South Park Friends of Mine sitting 1 right now, but Questionable Curling delivering their first stone or their third stone here, trying to just move things around a little bit. They tried to draw behind, but caught the guard. Not a problem, though. Opens things up a little bit, sets a corner guard to play behind later. As South Park Friends of Mine and skip Brad Smith trying to just protect this 6-point lead. As Smith wants to put the guard back and block up his 1. There's been a lot of traffic at the top of the house in this game. Lots of guards in play, making it challenging for both teams. Good defensive curling being played here, as before that last end, we had a blank end and 3 singles for Smith. Been a tight-fought match here. South Park Friends of Mine coming down, working right to left. Little heavier than they thought. That's going to carry. Going to catch and push. That stone, though, is South Park Friends of Mine buries the shot stone off to the left side behind a whole mess of guards. Currently sitting 2 with that shot at the top of the 12-foot. As Questionable Curling and Josh Luria throwing second rock, settling in, getting ready to deliver his stone here. Luria throwing his final stone of this 6th end. Working left to right, might be trying to just clear some things out here. Working to open things up here for the Palmetto team. As the sweep is on, both sweepers on, trying to hold it, trying to make sure they catch it. Gonna be just a little wide. And Brad Smith's gonna not even sweep it out the back of the house. So we're going to jump over to Sheet B now, where Homer's last 4 hairs and skip Sarah Calcutt are down 4 to Team Ketchum out of the Windy City. Skip Kelly Zahn had some good, and her teammates have had some good shots here, as Kevin Stevens settles in for a shot here in the 6th end, coming back down to the warm room side of the ice. Team Ketchum currently sitting 2, as it looks like that 1 at the top of the house does have some daylight between the stone and the scoring rings, so that's just 2. Is Stevens working right to left. Shot is on the way. Sweep is on. 2 sweeps trying to hold it. Good sweep. Good shot by Stevens, as it's just going to settle a little higher. Still 2 for Team Ketchum and skip Kelly Zahn. We're going to jump over to Sheet D, where we are into skip stones in the matchup between Team Lamb Chop and Curl Jam Montreal, as Cameron Kim delivers a heavy hit here to clear out 2 of Curl Jam Montreal's stones, as it looks like Lamb Chop and the Triangle team have 2 biters up top. And we got a lot of stones scoring around the outside here, as Betteridge just talking about coming down and clearing that out, as Betteridge sitting 2nd in the back left. From the look of things, oh, maybe not. It's tough to tell. You look at it from all the angles and they look like they're and it looks like a different stone is scoring from each one. This might be one where we have to measure if we get that far, as Betteridge getting ready to deliver his final stone, his 2nd to last stone here, as Kim and the Triangle crew have hammer. Betteridge trying to find a way to put points on the board here, currently trailing 4 in the 6th end. As Betteridge out of the hack to deliver his final stone. Betteridge with that southpaw lefty delivery, working right to left, trying to come down and take out. As the sweeper's on it, trying to push it, trying to enhance the curl, get it to move more. Both sweepers on it now trying to help the curl as it's moving. It's moving plenty. Will it get down to it and sit on top? Don't know that it's going to move enough as the sweep is on now for Lamb Chop to clear it out the back of the house, as it looks like Kim is going to score at least one. Going to try to come down as Cameron Kim going to chase the back hit here. Challenging shot going to the outside here. It takes a lot of weight to hit a stone, and going out that wide, the stone just might not come back as you're going through a lot of thick stuff out there. So let's see Kim trying to hit for at least for 3, potentially 4. If he can clear this out, it'll be a big end for the Triangle crew. As Kim settling into the hack, taking stock of his line. Kim settling in, taking stock of things. Gonna try to bring the weight and bring the hit for a big end. Kim delivers. Tracking wide. Looks like it's on line. Sweep is on to try to make sure they hit and stick. Hit and rolls out as that's a 3-point end for Lamb Chop and Triangle. And as that shakes, as that's a final on sheet D. Final score 9-2. As Curl Jam Montreal and Skip Jonathan Betteridge fall in a hard-fought one to skip Cameron Kim and Lamb Chop out of Triangle. Folks, that leaves us with just action on Sheet A and Sheet B as we're going to go to Sheet B, where Ann Pfeiffer is delivering the first of her 2 skip stones here, coming back in the 6th end, or Vice Ann Pfeiffer and Homer's last 4 hairs, trying to score some points here against Team Ketchum out of the Windy City as Pfeiffer knocks that high red back and sets up Homer's last 4 hairs with some nice options here on her next shot, as we're actually going to go over to Sheet A, where we are on to skip stones as Brad Smith and South Park Friends of Mine currently sitting 1, maybe just 1, but they're going to try to push one of these 2 back at the top of the house to pile it on for more. They're currently up 6-0. As Skip Brad Smith settles into the hack, getting ready to deliver the 7th stone of this end. If he can push these stones around right, he's going to give his team a big chance to score, a good chance to score big here in the 6th end. Smith delivers, working right to left. Actually working left to right. Looks like Smith just wanted to guard, might have changed to just guard things up, as that one's just going to cross over the hog line and settle in to kind of block things up a bit. Make it a little harder, more traffic at the top of the circle for Skip Kenton Morrill out of Palmetto in questionable curling, as we're going to go over to Sheet B, where Ann Pfeiffer settling into the hack to deliver her 2nd stone of the 6th end. As Pfeiffer looks like she wants to deliver a heavy stone here to clear some things out and open things up for Homer's last 4 hairs out of Charlotte. Kevin Stevens on the sweep right now. Hard sweep by Stevens, trying to push it a little to the left, trying to give it just that little bit of perfect curl, as that is going to tap back, not quite do what they want, but still cover things up, as that's going to give Zahn and the Windy City Curlers a chance to promote one of their reds in and get it behind all these guards. Lots of stones in play here, making it challenging and complex for all parties involved. As Zahn and Hauk talking about it now as they want to try to work right to left. We're going to go over to Sheet A, where Kenton Morrell is settling into the hack for the first of his skip stones. Morrill needs to try to clear some things out here, open things up to give him and his Palmetto crew a chance to score points. Morrill has 2 red stones there at the top that he can just hit. If he hits them with nice weight, they're going to go right out of there. Morrill working left to right, needs to get it back across the center line. The sweep is on now as it crosses the center line. They need to hold it. The key is going to be the hold, as it looks like it's going to curl a little more than Morrill thought, as that's just going to add more traffic up top as we're going back to sheet B, where Zahn is settling in. Looks like she's going to try to work right to left and push one of her top stones into a better scoring position to try to outcount Sarah Calcutt's stone on the left. Zahn and Team Ketchum currently sitting 1 with a double guard on the right side. Let's see what Zahn can do. Needs to deliver a good shot here to push things around. Zahn into the hack slides, delivers her first skip stone of the 6th end. Zahn working right to left, needs to make sure it stays on line to push some things around as it's starting to move. Sweepers are walking with it, thinking about it. As they're going to start to sweep now, as it looks like, let's see, can they get it over? Looks like, no, they might have been trying to just guard things up all along. Good shot by Zahn to just guard things up as we're over to sheet A as Brad Smith prepares to deliver his final stone of the 6th end here. Smith currently sitting 1. Let's see if he just tries to push some things around or if he wants to guard things up. Smith working left to right. Looks like he's just trying to set some more traffic up top and leave Morrill with less options. Slowing way down there as the sweep is on to get it across the hog. As are they going to get it? It does. It crosses the hog into play, adding to the traffic jam above the house. As Morrill, Skip Kenton Morrill has a challenging angle raise here to try to score 1. As we're going to stay on sheet A for Morrill's final shot here. It's over on sheet B, Sarah Calcutt talking it over with Ann Pfeiffer, and there might be a minute. They have a chance to score some points here and cut this lead down and extend the game. As Morrill comes back down to deliver his final shot of this 6th end. Morrill looks like he wants to try to catch those high yellows with some weight to push them back into the house and into a scoring position to put points on the board. It's a long way for that stone to go, but it is makeable, and he has 2 shots at it, really. He wants to catch the inside one of those 2 yellows because there's less things that it can hit, as the whole team is talking it over on sheet B for Homer's last 4 hairs. The whole squad's involved talking it over on sheet B. It's on sheet A, Morrill's final stone on the way. The sweepers are with it. They're thinking about it. So they're getting ready. As they're on it, the sweep is on. The sweep is hard. Catches it. Not going to push it in quite enough, as that's going to be 1 for Smith and South Park Friends of Mine at the end of 6. So we're going to go to sheet B now, where Skip Sarah Calcutt settling in for her first skip stone. Looks like she's trying to work right to left. Both sweepers on as they trying to hit things and push things around. Shot looks good, catches 1 and runs it out of there. Doesn't get both of them though, and doesn't get the shot stone, as Zahn and Team Ketchum still sitting 1. Zahn and Hauk talking it over now, over on sheet B, trying to figure out a way to just guard things up a bit and protect their 1 point. Calcutt's second rock is comfortably buried, so Hauk and Zahn would have to try to get inside of that with a draw, but it looks like they're just going to try to guard up their shot stone even more, cover it up, take away the run back, and force Calcutt to try to hit a crazy circus shot here with her last. Zahn settling in to deliver her final stone of this 6th end. Zahn working right to left, trying to just guard things up. Shot is on the way. The sweepers are with it. Hauk calling him off, saying never, never. 1 sweep now, trying to push it, trying to keep it on, trying to get it on the perfect line. 2 sweeps now, trying to bring it as deep as it'll go. Good sweep, bringing it over the line. Gonna cover up the run back, putting Calcutt in a tough spot here in the 6th end. Calcutt looking, seeing what she might have. Looks like she might be thinking about a run back there, trying to run some things back and set everybody up with set them up with a chance to score 2. Looks like she's trying to just push it back and score 1. Not too bad of a shot there to just push it back and score 1. It's Calcutt and Pfeiffer talking it over about what kind of ice she's going to need. Looks like she's going to try to work left to right there, catch that red, push it into the yellow, and push the yellow into a scoring position here. Calcutt currently trailing 6-2 as we conclude the 6th end here on sheet B. Over on sheet A, it was 1 point for Smith and the South Park Friends of Mine, up 7-0 now on questionable curling out of Palmetto. Calcutt settles into the hack, takes her line from Weiss and Pfeiffer. Calcutt delivering, working left to right, trying to run the stone back. Good shot by Pfeiffer, or good shot by Calcutt, good line by Pfeiffer. No sweep right now. So they're talking, they're thinking. Stevens getting ready. Stevens on for the sweep, sweeping, as it's just gonna go right through. Stevens gonna try to sweep it in, and that's gonna be 1. That's gonna be 1 for Calcutt and Pfeiffer. Calcutt and Homer's last 4 hairs hang 1 on the board to make it 6-3. Going back in the 7th end, we got ourselves a game here. The point was necessary to stay alive for Team Calcutt, and they delivered. Over on sheet A, we have questionable curling and Skip Kenton Morrill trailing 7-0. Currently, we have South Park Friends of Mine sitting 2. Skip Brad's, or sitting 1, sorry, 1, but it's covered. As Smith looks like he wants to just deliver another draw shot behind to put the pressure on and keep the pressure on the chaps from Palmetto. Nate Wright delivering his shot, his second stone right now. Wright working right to left, trying to get behind with a nice draw. Sweepers are with it. Got a ways to go to get behind. Looks like it's going to be a little heavy as Montrell's on it. Morrill with a heavy sweep. Kenton Morrill, 6 feet of fury to carry it out the back of the house. Good sweep by Morrill. Clearing the stone away and out of danger as Morrill going to settle into the hack and set the line for Josh Luria. Luria trying to curl right to left here. Luria, good smooth delivery, working right to left. Natural delivery there for him, the right-hander, working right to left. Stone is on the way. The weight looks nice. Both, oh, maybe it's a little light. Both sweepers on it now. They need to get it by those guards. Two sweepers on it, furiously sweeping, trying to get it as deep as it'll go, as far as it'll go. Put it in a scoring position. This good sweep. Two sweepers carrying it in, and that is going to almost, just a little bit more was needed on it to get behind. Over on sheet A as Amanda Smith settles in to throw her first stone of the 7th end. As Smith looks like they're still trying to find that draw weight. The South Park friends of mine trying to draw right to left to pile in for more points. As Smith settles in, Amanda Smith working right to left. Good shot by Smith, working right to left. Looks like she's actually going to try to hit that stone that Luria just threw out of Palmetto. Good shot by Smith as that's going to catch it square and run it firmly out of trouble. Might have caught it a little left of where she wanted, though, because that, oh, nope, that's covered up high. Forgot about that high guard up there, folks. That shot stone firmly buried behind guards. Might have a shot to chase it from the left, but that's going to be a tricky shot. As we're going to go over to sheet B, where Homer's last 4 hairs currently sitting 1 in the 7th end now. As the shot by Windy City actually pushes them into a position where they're now scoring 2 after 1 in the 6th end for Homer's last 4 hairs. Kevin Stevens settling in now, throwing second rocks for Homer's last 4 hairs and the crew from Charlotte. As Stevens looks like he's going to try to work left to right. As the stone is on the way. Stevens working left to right. Let's see if he can get behind. Maybe he's trying to guard up. Looks like they want to leave the guard high just to cover things up if possible. Starting to curl, starting to move, maybe curling a little bit more than they want, but that's going to be okay, as that's going to just firmly guard up their stone that's sitting shot. Very tricky shot now, as Ketchum trying to hit the double here, trying to catch that high stone and push it back into the shot stone. I don't know if they can get them both. It's going to be very challenging to get both stones, as the angle just might not be there to catch both, but we'll see as Ann Pettinger settles in and delivers her first. Pettinger stone on the way. Hauke's on with the sweep, trying to hold it, trying to hold the line, trying to keep it in position. Stone is on the way. Stone is down the ice. Gonna catch it on the inside spin and roll, and gonna roll a little further than Team Ketchum and Zahn might have wanted. Good shot by Pettinger. Good shot by Pettinger as she cleared out that second shot, as Stevens prepares to deliver his second stone now, trying to add points to the board for Homer's last 4 hairs. Looks like it's a guard, as Phil Calcutt and Ann Pfeiffer both on with the sweep. Stevens working left to right. The sideshow Bob Wig not slowing him down at all. Good shot by Stevens. Let's see, were they going to guard, or were they trying to draw in for points? Looks like they were trying to draw behind. Great shot by Stevens, as that's going to settle. Just might be a biter. Maybe a little higher than they might have wanted, but also firmly guarding their shot stone. They're currently down 3 here in the 7th end. It might be a biter, but it's not second, as Pettinger settles in to throw her second stone in the 7th end. Pettinger preparing to deliver here. Pettinger putting that spin on it, trying to work right to left here. Trying to catch it and run it, trying to catch their stone and run it back, because it's just going to miss. It's going to catch, and it's just going to knock things around. Not quite as much as they want, but they do move to a position where they're sitting second and third shot now. As Calcutt looking things over. Looks like she wants to try to just push the stone. Might have spoke too soon. Might not be trying to push the stone. We'll see. Calcutt looks like she's thinking. Calcutt wants to come down and set a draw just behind those guards to sit second. As Ann Pfeiffer settles in, she's going to try to work right to left, draw in behind, and set it for two. It's Pfeiffer. Smooth delivery, working from right to left. Phil Calcutt and Kevin Stevens both with it. Stevens on it now with the hard sweep. Kevin Stevens sweeping furiously, trying to hold the line, trying to keep it in position, trying to make sure it gets around that guard. Good sweep by Stevens as the stone is by the guard. Will it curl behind? Great shot by Pfeiffer. Looks like it might have ticked the Red Rock a little bit. Tough to tell as Stevens was over top of it. As that is a dangerous stone now. And that puts Calcutt and Team Homer's last four hairs in a difficult position as Jennifer Hauk settles in to deliver her first stone of this seventh, and Hauk on the way, trying to run the yellows into each other and double them off. This is a much easier double than the one they tried earlier. Stone is on the way. Pettinger sweeping, trying to hold the stone. Pettinger with a good fierce sweep. Hauk gets the one, doesn't get two. But that stone remains dangerously placed. Pfeiffer, Calcutt calling for the hit and roll under. Let's see if Pfeiffer can hit this shot. Pfeiffer with a good chance here to put Homer's last four hairs in a position to score multiple. The stone is on its way, working right to left. Pfeiffer would like to catch this just left and roll it under for two. Stone is on the way. Looks like it might be a little wider than she maybe hoped. Does get it and pushes it out. And pushes that yellow out into a deeper position, but well guarded now. That's a long run for any run back. So although not exactly what they wanted, still works as a shot, leaving Calcutt, Pfeiffer, and the rest of Homer's last four hairs sitting one, down three. It's over on sheet A. South Park friends of mine currently sitting four here as Kenton Morrill settles in for his shot. Kenton Morrill settles in for his last shot of this seventh end. Trailing seven, Morrill conceding four right now. Morrill out of the hack, working right to left, going to try to just draw in for a point. Morrill working right to left. Morrill, shot is on the way, might be checking up a little too much. Westcott with a sweep, brings it back. Good shot by Morrill for one. As that shakes over on sheet A. Final score 7-1 as we're going to go back to sheet B, the last game, our featured game here of this 8 a.m. draw. As Calcutt and the rest of Homer's last four hairs currently trailing 6-3, but currently sitting one as Calcutt prepares to deliver the first of her skip stones. Stone 7 here for Calcutt. Sitting one here. Good spot for Calcutt and the rest of Homer's last four hairs as Calcutt trying to work right to left to draw under, take advantage of the traffic up top to sit two. Stone is on the way. Might be just a little heavy as it's going to go right through as Hauk gives it just a little sweep to make sure it clears out. Calcutt can't get it to stick around as Kelly Zahn and Jennifer Hauk talking it over for Team Ketchum out of the Windy City, the Chicagans, currently up three with two stones left here in the seventh. This our last game of the 8 a.m. hour. We have Team Ketchum out of the Windy City taking on Homer's last four hairs out of Charlotte. As Zahn and Hauk talking it over, what do they want to do? Looks like they want to try to follow that line that Calcutt was on to draw right to left. Zahn coming back down, trying to work right to left in to sit and score. Zahn settling into the hack now for the Windy City Curlers. Currently conceding one, but Zahn with a nice draw here can put all the pressure on Calcutt. Zahn delivers, working right to left. Stone is on the way. One sweep on with Pettinger. Two sweep on now with Tom Ara and Pettinger. Tom Ara, front end of Team Ketchum, both sweeping furiously, trying to keep things online, trying to push it back, trying to hit that draw. So all three, Jennifer Hauk out now to help too as the sweep is on. That's some teamwork right now. That is one heck of a sweep, ladies and gentlemen, as they're going to bring it down as it's going to stop just a little high. Couldn't bring it far enough. Good shot by Zahn. Good sweep by the team, but not enough to bring it down and in as Pfeiffer just sets up as Calcutt needs to hit this draw. If Calcutt can draw under here and get just, she wants to sit this a little high on, if she sits this a little higher but where it can't be hit, that's ideal, because then even if they can find the draw, they're going to just push hers down and on for two. Calcutt can get behind the guards here. That is a big, big spot for them, as it will put them scoring two here and cut the lead to one. Calcutt delivers her 8th stone of the 7th end. Both sweepers on Phil Calcutt and Kevin Stevens sweeping furiously. Hard on the stone. You can hear Ann and Sarah screaming hard, 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 sweeping, sweeping, sweeping. Stevens and Calcutt both sweeping, both furiously trying to bring the stone, trying to deliver the point, as it's going to be just a little wide and a little light, as it just blocks things up. As Zahn and Hauk both talking it over, trying to find a path down to score. So they can follow about the same line that they came down last time. And if they just come down with a little bit more weight, they could push their redstone into a scoring position. Going to be a challenging shot here for Zahn. Zahn settling into the hack, getting ready to deliver her final stone of the 7th end. Zahn going to try to work right to left. Let's see, is she going to try to draw behind? She has the hammer here. Final rock of the 7th end. Good shot by Zahn. Line looks nice, trying to work right to left here. No sweep right now. There's one sweep. Tom Ara trying to bring it in. Gonna just get behind. Gonna go just a little further than they wanted it as Pfeiffer sweeps it out of danger, as that's gonna be one for Calcutt and the rest of Homer's last 4 hairs. They're gonna put one on the board heading to the 8th end. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a tight curling match here as Team Ketchum, skipped by Kelly Zahn out of the Windy City, currently up 6-4. Homer's last 4 hairs out of Charlotte Curling, trailing by 2 without the hammer here. This is a tall order for the crew, but it's not too late. 2 points can come quick in a curling match here, as Calcutt's going to work right to left. Phil Calcutt delivering his first stone of the 8th end, trying to work right to left, trying to set a guard here. And it's a good shot by Calcutt. Phil Calcutt sets a nice center guard, sets the tone for Homer's last 4 hairs. The crew out of Charlotte, skipped by Sarah Calcutt. Phil Calcutt throwing lead, Kevin Stevens throwing second, and Ann Pfeiffer Vicing. Meanwhile, Team Ketchum out of the Windy City, skipped by Kelly Zahn with Vice Jennifer Hauk. Second, Tom Ara and Ann Pettinger. Actually, Ara's throwing lead today. Tom Ara throwing the lead stones for Team Ketchum. Pettinger throwing the second rocks. As Ara trying to work right to left, get behind that high guard. Good shot by Ara. The sweepers are with it. One sweep on. Pettinger's on, trying to push the rock. Get it behind that, get it past that guard as she does hit it and pushes Calcutt's guard down and touching the 12-foot. Calcutt thinking about what she wants to do, as it looks like Calcutt wants to draw it down and behind that high guard. She's currently sitting 1, but that 1 is just wide open. So if Phil Calcutt can deliver a shot behind the guard here, the pressure will be on Team Ketchum and the Chicago Chicago-based team. Calcutt delivering his second stone, working right to left. Stevens on it with the sweep. Kevin Stevens trying to push it, trying to push it to the left side, get behind that guard. Looks like it's going to be a little lighter than they might have planned, as it is going to come down and it is going to touch, as there's now 2 sitting at the top of the 12-foot, and it looks like Kelly Zahn wants to bring some weight here. Tom Ara settles into the hack, slides, heavy slide by Ara, looking to drive these 2 stones out. As stones in play are the friends for Calcutt and the rest of Homer's last 4 hairs, as Ara can only get 1 though, as he does touch the second one, but doesn't drive it out. As Calcutt looks like she's trying to guard things up a little bit more. Stevens delivering his first stone of the 8th end. Stevens, first shot on the way. Working right to left, trying to set a guard to block things up. Pfeiffer and Calcutt both on it for the sweep, both sweeping hard, trying to carry it as far as it'll go, trying to keep it on the line that they want, and trying to just plug things up. Good shot by Stevens with a high guard. As Zahn trying to just come down and clear out this yellow rock for Homer's last 4 hairs. Ann Pettinger settles into the hack now to deliver her first stone of the 8th end. Zahn has the line set. Pettinger collects herself and slides to deliver. There's an electric strike from Pettinger wearing the Pikachu shirt. Heavy weight, looks deadly accurate. The sweep is on there by Hauk. Good shot by Pettinger to drive the shot stone out, and does clear out their own stone, but that's okay, as Stevens now trying to deliver a guard down behind, or deliver a scoring stone behind the high guard and the red guard on the left side. Stevens working right to left. Stone is on the way from Kevin Stevens. His final stone of this 8th end on the way. Pfeiffer and Calcutt talking to the stone a little bit, trying to coax it to go a little more to the left. Hoping for some late curl. Doesn't get as much as they want as Zahn is on it. Zahn with the fierce sweep, 6 feet of fury. Can't quite get it. It was closer to 4 feet of fury from Zahn. Couldn't quite get enough sweep to carry it out the back of the house, as that's going to stick around currently shot stone. As Zahn looks like she's thinking about peeling that guard out of there to uncover the shot stone. Pettinger delivered a lightning bolt with her first stone. Can Thunder strike twice here for Pettinger? Zahn has that broom tight to the stone. Pettinger winds up out of the hack like a electric current, delivering the shot, working right to left. Good shot. Ara on it. Tom Ara sweeping hard. Hits it. Clears it. Everything is uncovered and open now. As Calcutt wants to put a guard back, but wants it in a scoring position. With a nice guard at the top of the 12-foot here, Calcutt and Pfeiffer can put the pressure on Zahn and Hauk. As Pfeiffer settling into the hack, gonna try to work right to left to cover up her Calcutt and Homer's last four hairs shot. Stevens is on it with a light sweep, just trying to keep it on the correct line, make sure it goes exactly where they want it. Looks like it might end up a little deeper than they were thinking. That'll be okay. Something that covers it and something in a scoring position is key. Oh, and that's going to carry a bunch. That's a slick line right now, as that is now comes to rest just on top of the button in a very dangerous position. As Jennifer Hauk settles in for her first stone, Hauk's going to try to bring the noise here, drive both these yellows out of here. If Hauk can deliver this double, it's going to put Homer's last four hairs in a precarious position. Stone is on the way. Pettinger's on it with a good sweep. Pettinger with a strong sweep now. Tom Ara joining in. Pettinger and Ara both sweeping furiously, trying to keep everything on the line, as that's going to hit and drive both of them out. Great shot by Hauk to drive both stones out of there. As Calcutt and Pfeiffer, as Calcutt's now and Homer's last four hairs are down to their last three stones. Calcutt wants to hit and roll to the left. Doesn't need to bring a ton to hit it, just needs to push it out of the way, and more so the hit and roll under is really, oh, nope, they're going to narrow it up and they're going to bring more weight. Pfeiffer trying to bring a bunch of weight, hit this thick though. She wants that yellow stone to stick around. Pfeiffer slides and delivers. Stone on the way. Stevens and Calcutt both on it, sweeping furiously. They want to try to make sure it catches it right. Stone is moving. Stone needs to move a little bit more. Good break there. Not going to move quite enough, as that's just going to push the red stone out of play. As Pfeiffer's stone is just sitting there. As Zahn and Hauk now can drive this out, as the pressure is on Homer's last four hairs, as they need to score both of these last two stones. Hauk delivers her stone, working right to left. Ara is on it, trying to hold it. That stone might be moving a little more than they anticipated. Nope, moving just enough, gonna catch it square and drive it out. As Calcutt needs to execute the hit and roll, she needs her stone to stay in play right now. Calcutt and Pfeiffer talking it over, discussing just what to do, just how to do it. Is Calcutt settling in to deliver her seventh stone. The seventh stone now critical, needs to clear this red stone out and needs to stick around to put the pressure on Zahn as they head to the last couple stones. Calcutt out of the hack, delivering, working right to left. Needs the hit and roll. Good shot by Calcutt. The line looks good. Stevens and Calcutt with it. Sweep is on now. As it's going to hit and roll as Stevens trying to bury it a little bit further. Didn't catch it with enough weight. As that's just, as they're sitting there now, as Zahn and Hauk, they can clear this yellow one out. Hauk sets the broom. They're trying to work right to left. Zahn trying to curl over and hit it. If Zahn hits this, it's all over. Zahn does have hammer as well, which makes this a lot more, which means she has a second chance to deliver this, as these are going to be the last, this could be the last stone of the 8 a.m. draw. As Zahn settles into the hack, taking stock, cleans her rock. Working right to left here, Zahn trying to just drive that stone out of play. That yellow stone clears out of play. It's all over, as Calcutt and Homer's last 4 hairs cannot score 2 with 1 stone remaining. Ara, quick sweep, but he's off now. Still with it, stone on the way. Looks good, Pettinger on it, trying to push it, trying to get it over there. It's Pettinger gonna catch it, as that's gonna clear it out, as that's gonna do it here from Charlotte, folks. The Grits and Granite 8 a.m. draw is concluded, as the last game, Team Ketchum out of the Windy City, victorious 6-4 over Homer's last 4 hairs. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope you'll join us again in about 15 minutes for the 10:30 draw. Have a good day. And then click that.